Gonzalez-Longatt, creating the future now.
Hello everyone and welcome back to your YouTube channel and welcome to this amazing video today. Today I have a very short, a very informative video for all of you. As you must be aware, many of my students, they are working with Python programming language. And Python is a very interesting programming language. It's not my favorite. However, it's quite popular because several reasons. One of them is very well connected with some other software, allow integration, but also the libraries. There are many powerful libraries, especially if you are working with data science, machine learning, or artificial intelligence. And if you are working in the world of power systems, of course, there are many applications where you can use Python programming language in order to create automatic calculations or also use those amazing libraries for artificial intelligence of data-driven or etc. in order to improve the performance of your power system or also designing controls and so on. So, for instance, if you are using the very popular and very important software, the Excellent Power Factory, so one of the things that you can see is that Power Factory has an API that allow you the communication between Python and also the Excellent Power Factory. So that is one of the applications for my master student. However, many other people, also my master students knowing in electrical power system, also my students in energy engineering, for instance, they use some other library software developed in Python that you can use for your assignment, for your coursework, and also for enhancing this amazing learning journey. So some of my students, they are using quite popular library that is called Panda Power. So what is the idea of the video today? Well, one of the very critical aspects when you are starting this amazing journey of learning programming using Python language is the selection of the integrated development environment. The Integrated Development Environment, also known for short IDE, is basically a software. It's a very comprehensive software application that allows you to combine in a single software all the essential tools that you require as programmer in order to write, test, and debug your code. And usually this is coming with a very powerful, helpful graphical interface unit. And also, nowadays, we have integration with some artificial intelligence like Copilot, ChatGPT, and so on. So this is a very critical point because the IDE can be many different types. So in the past, you have some other videos in the channel where I discuss the traditional IDE like Spider, etc. But today I will dedicate the session today to a web-based IDEs. And to be honest, there are several high-quality web-based IDE around. So those web-based IDE, the idea is that allow you to write and run and share the Python code directly, basically using your web browser without any local installation. So for many people, especially beginners, especially people that they are starting to learn Python, so many of the challenges related to installing libraries and connecting and carrying between versions, so that is done by this web base. So, for instance, we can recognize that there are several very well-known web-based Python IDEs like Replit, Jupyter Lab and Jupyter Notebook, Python Anywhere, and so on. So the reality is that there are many around. And you can work and you can select them, and of course you can get the benefits coming from these of these very interesting options. So for instance, today I will show you two of them. There is one of them that is called basically online Python. So if you look over here, let me close this advertising. Here we have this one that is the onlinepython.com. Onlinepython.com is very, very good if you are trying to test something very fast. So you have here a web. Basically, you are creating your code inside a web page. And here you can see on the left-hand side, you have several lines over here of Python. And in this case, you can see that there is a function. The function is adding or summing two constants, a and b, and return the value of a and b. And also here, there are a couple lines, 7 and 8, that basically are inputs to get the input from the keyboard. And then we have here the output, a print, okay? So as you can see, I can run here the code and automatically will ask me enter the first number, let's say 2, and then ask me enter the second number, and now we have 2. And finally, you can see that the Python code is finally executed, and we get over here sum of 2 and 2 is 4. So yes, online Python is basically something that allows you to a very light compiler, and also including many of the typical libraries that you use when you are working with Python. For instance, one of the standard libraries by default installed here is the classical pandas, okay? However, this is free, completely free. So one of the issues, as you can see, is that it's changing different advertising. So if you care about this advertising, or probably an environment that can be sharing your code in some places that you don't want, so online Python probably is not the best option. However, if you are just prototyping something simple, something fast, something that you need to compile very fast, so use online Python, okay? Another of those very well-known specialized web-based IDE for Python is this one. It's called PyScript.net. PyScript.net, as you can see over here, is again 100% integrated inside your web. So this allow you to run Python directly into the HTML code. So here again is quite popular for very fast code production. There is integration with other kind of repositories like GitHub. Also, you can install this one into connection with Anaconda. There is very good documentation over there, and of course this is for free, okay? If you want more information, please go down to the video, and the link is over there on the description. However, today I would like to tell you about one of the very interesting software, very interesting web-based, I will say, IDE for Python. Let me go here for Google Colab, okay? So if I go here to Google Colab, what you need to do is basically inside, I am using web browser. In this case, I am using Chrome, and I run a search for Google Colab, okay? So if you look over here, initially you receive this very interesting Windows that is connected to your account, and also is showing you some of the scripts that you have created before. So what is interesting over here, for all of you is that this is the environment, this is the IDE for Google Colab. Something that you need to understand is that this is a free cloud-based platform, and this allows you to write, execute, and debug Python code, everything inside your web browser. Okay, so this is a project created from the very good friends from Google, and this was created on top of the famous Jupyter project, and is very wide use for many people, especially these people that they are working on data analysis and machine learning, and also for education. One of the interesting things here is that this is completely free, cloud-based. So because it's cloud-based, you don't need to install Python or any software in your computer. So as a consequence, if you don't have so much hard drive or you don't have so much RAM memory, so this is one of the realistic options, because everything that you create over here will be hosted at the servers in Google. Where in the world, I'm not sure where it will be, but it's hosted by the friends from Google. Another thing is, because this is a cloud-based IDE, you get to use the cloud computer power from Google. So in general sense, you will be able to have free GPU, graphic processing unit, or free TPU, tensor processing unit, and this is a hardware that is very specialized and very powerful if you need to train very complicated machine learning models. Okay, another thing is, because this is coming from our friends of Google, there is look like a Google Docs. So you can share your notebook with other people, with other developers. At the same time, you can allow real-time editing and adding comments. So basically, this is an IDE for Python, especially if you are a beginner, if you are rookie, if you are learning this interesting programming language. Okay. Another of the reasons that many students and many teachers, they want to use Google Colab is because there are many pre-installed libraries. So it's quite popular for data science and artificial intelligence, because they are pretty good libraries in Google. So for instance, if you are working with TensorFlow or PyTorch, basically you will have already pre-installed those very important library for machine learning and data science, but also the very basic library for pandas and NumPy. However, my dear student, I have bad news. If you are working in electrical power system, you have a problem, because if you want to run Panda Power is not pre-installed in Google Colab. So that is the reason that the next video I will show you how to install Panda Power inside this amazing IDE that is Google Colab. Another thing is, you need to be careful, because this web-based, this IDE basically is connected to your cloud storage. So every single notebook that you create will be automatically saved into your Google Drive. So that is the reason that you need to be connected to your personal or your institution Google Drive. So that will allow you to store all your notebooks over there. And of course, you also have connectivity for the GitHub repository. So this makes the life easy for many people when they are using this Google Colab. Very interesting feature related with Google Colab is that allow the insertion of text equations, graph, videos, and so on. So it's ideal for education because you will be able to share your codes. You can see over here codes, but also you can share also the explanation of those codes, and you can receive, as you can see over here, results using those amazing plots, and they can be export for your assignment, for your reports, okay? So again, this is a very, very useful tool if you want to use Google Colab. So yes, go for them because this is an amazing tool, okay? So this is all for this video today. I just want to show you this very important IDE for Python code, and also something that some of my students, they will be using. So the reality is that I believe this is a very interesting tool for them, especially when you are starting. There are many resources, so please go and visit Google Colab, okay? So we are reaching the end of this video. I hope you find useful. I hope you learn something from this video. If that is the case, please feel free to drop an email and make questions or comments, or also if you like, well, use the thumbs up and give a like to this video or subscribe to the channel. So this is all for this video today, and it's time to say the classical bye now.
F.G. Longatt. Creating the future now.